Okay, today we'll change a percent to a fraction. Now to find the meaning of the word percent, let's just kind of break it up into two words, per and cent. The word per means out of. And cent means hundred, such as the word century. That's 100 words. We'll just do a few examples. Remember, we're changing percent into a fraction, and percent means out of 100. So changing percent to a fraction, if this is 17%, 17% means 17 out of 100. And that is it. And this cannot be reduced. So I changed a percent into a fraction. Okay, number two, 42%. 42%. Remember, percent means out of 100. So I have 42 out of 100. Of course, this can be reduced because I know that 2 will go into both of these. So if I divide by 2, and the top and the bottom, see, half of 42 is 21. Half of 100 is 50. Remember, dividing by 2 is taking half. And this cannot be reduced anymore. So we change a percent into a fraction. Next, we'll take 120%. Change that to a fraction. Well, percent means out of. So I have 120 out of 100. And that can be reduced. I know that 20 will go into both of these. 20 goes into 120 6 times. Right? That's if I divide by 20. And 20 goes into 100 if I divide by 20. 5 times. 6 times 20 is 120. 5 times 20 is 100. And of course, this can be reduced. You can leave it as 6/5, or it could be 1 1/5, right? Because 5 goes in there once with 1 left over. So you can see it either way. Okay, the last one, let's say the trickiest one for last, 0.5%. That's 0.5 over 100. Okay, so what do we do from here? We know 5 goes into 0.5, but that's kind of weird to do. So what we do is we go ahead and just take the top number, put it in the box. So if I put the top number in the box, that's 0.5. And then I have 100 on the outside. Now wait a minute, it's too hard to divide like this. So why don't we just go ahead and move the decimal over 1 space? Okay, but if I do that, I'm going to have to move this decimal over 1 space. So if I move this 1 decimal over here and then bring it straight up, now I moved over 1 space. So that means I have to move this over 1 space. Here's the decimal there, so I'm going to have to add a 0 and move the decimal over. So now what I have 1,000 into 5. 1,000 into 5. So, or 5 divided by 1,000. So really, what we have here is this on top. This up here is really the same thing as 5 times 5 over, 1,000. So basically all I'm doing is multiplying by 10, multiply by 10, I get 5 over 1,000. Now it's a lot easier to reduce. I don't even need to do this division here, because I don't want a decimal, I want a fraction. But this just helps us to see how to do this. So if I times it by 10 and times it by 10, you get 5 over 1,000. Now I need to reduce this though. 5 will go into both of these. 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 1,000 how many times? Well, I know 5 goes into 10 twice. And then I have 2 more zeros. So the answer is 1 over 200.